Games, Brrraains A Head-Banging Life with a track by track, and we are going to emo territory. The dirty word that is emo for the iconic, it is Black Parade, The Black Parade by My Chemical Romance. The third studio album by the band, released October 24th, 2006 through Reprise Records. It is a rock opera centering on a dying character with cancer known as the Patient. The album tells a story of his apparent death, experiences in the afterlife, and subsequent reflections on his life. Did you enjoy this one?
Mostly,
Up and down in it.
Mostly, yeah. I like this album. I'm not a My Chemical Romance fan. I never was.
Yep.
It kind of came a bit when I was a bit older, I guess. The kind of My Chemical era. But this is a strong album. This is I remember it coming out. I remember the main song from it, obviously. I remember listening to the album and actually, even back when it came out, having other songs on the album that I always thought were absolutely amazing. Re-listening to it, I guess I still like a lot of it, but the bad songs, there were some like not so great songs in it.
There's a lot of filler.
They stood out a lot more, maybe than I remember.
Yeah, and it's a long one as well, we should say that. Yeah. And it's got one of the things we hate, which is the hidden track bollocks. Yeah. We'll get to that. We begin with The End, because we're right in there, which in the concept of the rock opera does make sense. Yeah. Now, I think this is a good start. It's quite a beat thanks to the acoustic guitar strumming, and when it kicks in, it actually, for me, I was like, okay, try and picture what they're trying to sell. And it did conjure up an image of a black-laden party at the passing of someone.
Yeah, I had no issue with it, really. I didn't write much, and I just wrote a catchy little ditty. It's designed to build the concept up, and that it works.
Yep. Which brings us to Dead with an exclamation point. Talking about upbeat, this is a banger for me. The beat is very catchy. The guitar flurry at the start and end is a bit punkish. The only thing I can't say that I love is the chorus. I prefer the verses and the la 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 outro.
And if you get to heaven, I'll be here waiting, baby. You get what you deserve. And then if your life won't wait, then your heart can take it. Tell you heard the news that you're dead.
Really?
This is going to be a good track by track. You can tell early when the very first song, I literally have almost word for word the opposite.
Really? That's amazing.
I do like how the intro leads into it, so it kind of ties that concept along. It's not like intro, gap, dead. It goes straight in. Catchy enough, but I don't really enjoy it. I find the main bouncy pop riff very annoying. I don't mind the choruses though, and I like the build up to the solo. I like the solo itself, but I could really live without the la 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 stuff at the end. I would have preferred that to just instruments. What is it with singers having to fill gaps when they really don't need to? Sorry.
Yeah, that is literally almost word for word opposite.
Yeah, there you go. So this is going to be good.
Off to a flyer. This is how I disappear. For me, less interesting. The guitar tone... The guitar tone doesn't ignite much interest in me, although I appreciate the pacier parts. However, I don't like the chorus. Serviceable at best.
I like this. I love the darker tones to the guitars. Lots of little clever harmonies, which are quite nice. It's catchy throughout. Loads of different transitions as well in pace and tone. I like the drum and bass only verse section, which is really cool. And I really like the big build up to the huge chorus.
Wow. This is fascinating. This is going to be fascinating all the way through.
Yeah.
Oh, God, we hit the sharpest live. So I literally wrote these. This is what I wrote. So bland after listening to it several times, I still hadn't written any notes.
Wow. I wrote surprisingly good. Really love the catchy intro. I think the way the song switches back and forth is really clever and excellent. Choruses are good, vocals are great, drums are pretty good. It's not spoken about much, but actually it's a firm favourite of mine now. Good music. Wow.
I remember I listened to this song 4 times in a row and I still hadn't written anything. And I was like, just write that. Just write the fact that you haven't written anything, Carl, Okay, right. We've got to be probably on the same page here then.
We might start sinking in,
Yeah. Welcome to the Black Parade. Overplayed, which is a big problem. However, it is such a banger. Once you get past the initial keys and vocal parts only, the intro part of it, when I was a young boy, don't love. When the drums start to come in though and start doing that thing, it starts to lift.
It starts screaming a bit.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Lyrically, it's actually really fucking good, and the band nail every element. The chorus is such a sing-along, and to me, there's no arguing. Like, you can hate My Chemical Romance with a passion, but you know deep down this is an anthem.
Yeah.
That it is. Whether you like it or not, it is a fucking anthem.
Went through it all, the rise and fall, the bodies in the streets. And when you're gone, we watch you all to know. We'll carry on, we'll carry on. And though we all say God, believe me, don't worry, we will carry on.
Yeah, so this one we do learn to sync up with, and almost word for word at the end. So I did right, considering how overplayed this song is for My Chemical Romance. I still enjoy listening to this track. Still don't find it boring. I don't seek it out.
Yep.
But I've got no problem with it being played, even though I'll be like, oh, I've heard this a million times. But it's good.
Yeah.
For me, I didn't write an awful lot in this because I didn't really need to. But I just wrote that for me, this is their pinnacle. It's a level of songwriting that I feel that they'd failed to reach previously, and they never would again. I think it's brilliant, catchy, powerful, and really, really cleverly put together.
That's really well put. I love that you suggested it would never be a pinnacle afterwards. I know their fan base thinks that the last album they did was amazing, but I actually agree with you on that. Like, to me, this was,
I think,
songwriting
even on this album, there are good songs and all that, but I don't think anything reached the overall kind of. The video is amazing. The structure of the song, it's such a clever song. It's so well put together. I think this was their peak.
Expectations that we would be slamming the shit of this album isn't happened. I Don't Love You lacks a little something vocally. It's nice, but I find it overtly melodramatic, particularly coming off the back of Welcome to the Black Parade.
I don't mind this song. I think it's quite well sung. I think it's got quite a lot of emotion in his voice. It's pretty catchy, nicely structured. I like the verses particularly more than anything else. And for some reason, this has always been the case, I really like the line about the gloves. Yeah. And I don't know why. To get your gloves and get out. Yeah. Baby, get out. I don't know why. I've always like that line. I never understood why, but I just always have.
It just resonates. House of Wolves, very punk and roll, but it's nothing more than just okay. A decent chorus, lots of energy.
Yeah, we're kind of synced up a little bit now, so I thought the bouncy riff is pretty fun, but all in all, I don't really care much for this song. It doesn't stand out as one I remember very well from the album, actually, which is weird because I remember a lot from this album.
Yeah.
Listening back to it, but I didn't really remember this one well. It isn't bad. No, there are parts I like, but it's probably the most forgettable track on the album for me.
Fair dues. Cancer. Now, for me, its positioning was fucked up. I know it's trying to tell a story, but going from that to this, I thought was too much. It's got an extremely dark tone, a very serious take on a very serious disease. It's very powerful, very moving, and I do like it. But particularly what follows this as well, the position, that really bugged me.
Turn away. If you could get me a drink of water, 'cause my lips are chapped and faded. Call my Aunt Marie. Help her gather all my things and bury me in all my favorite colors. My sisters and my brothers still.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really care much about position over that. I think this is a good song. It's terribly sad. I think it's quite genuine.
Yeah,
it feels quite authentic.
Yeah,
as
if it's something that's been experienced in real life.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I did right. I just wrote genuinely pulls my heartstrings a bit. It's a good effort.
Yeah, Mama featuring Liza Minnelli.
Yeah, where does she feature? Is she just like in the video or something?
It's there right at the very fucking end. Right at the fucking end. I was wondering the same thing.
Oh, she does that little weird kind of warbly voice.
Yep. Now, I like the Bolshevik-style rhythm in the verses, and it's backed up by a pretty stun chorus, but I will admit to never knowing that Liza Minnelli was part of this track, but can you blame me? Like, Liza Minnelli at this stage, I don't know if she was the powerhouse vocalist that she was when she was earlier on, but if you've got Liza Minnelli appearing in your track, lady, you are making sure your voice is heard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I used to really like this one. I do remember liking this one quite a bit. But I've heard it way too much now, and I have gone off it. I think it's an interesting song. It's got some weird stylings in it. Verses are catchy, chorus is good. It's all quite interesting. You know, there's lots to like about this song, but I've just heard it way too much.
Interesting, that's very parenting way to describe something. Interesting.
Yeah, it is.
That's an interesting outfit you're wearing.
Good effort. Turn it off.
Yeah. Sleep. This track has a bit more meat to the bones, but I find it quite boring. The guitars meander along, and Gerard Way is just singing. It's nothing special about this.
We are back to disagreeing.
Really?
For
Fucking
me,
hell.
this is one of the best songs on the album.
Wow.
It deserves way more credit from him as well.
Apparently so.
I think the guitar drop in the intro is brilliant. I love the way they do that, where it comes in with the huge kind of power wave of guitars. Verses well sung, they build up nicely. There's loads of different layers that kind of build up a bit. I love the kind of roared singing of the word sleep at the end of it, you know, where it's extended out. Yeah, I think the guitars are great. I just think it's a really, really good song. Really good.
Amazing. There we go. And now we hit this one. It's Teenagers. And I wrote these words. Ugh, this song. It is disgustingly catchy and near impossible to not sing along to. I hate it and I love it. It's a real problem. Because I fucking hate it. But I fucking love it. Because they say that teenage... Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it definitely gets stuck in your head.
It really does.
For me, it's a song I remember thinking was fun when the album came out. But it's definitely one of my most hated. Not just on this album, but by this whole band now. I never really felt like it fitted on the album anyway. Like in terms of the concept, and I never really kind of got its position or what it was trying to tell me. Was it like a memory of teenagers picking on him or something? I don't know.
He feels like it fits along with the previous album, Three Cheers for Sweet Revenge.
But for me, it's now it's just it's an instant skip.
Okay, cool.
They said I'm teenagers scared, believe the shit out of me. They could care less as long as someone will bleed. So darken your clothes, I'll say goodbye and let post. Maybe I'll leave you alone, but not me.
Disenchanted. Sweet, but one I'd happily see cut. Does little for me, especially as we already had a bunch of tracks up to this point that have a very similar tone.
Yeah, I quite like it. It's nice and heartfelt. Some cool guitars, vocals are good, chorus is good. It's an easy one to listen to while never quite having the impact of the big hitters on the album.
Cool. And we reach the penultimate or final track, depending upon which version you listen to. Some have the hidden track separate, some have it as part of this.
Yeah.
But it is Famous Last Words, one of their most famous fucking tracks. It doesn't blow me away at all with the initial build. But when it fucking hits and the chorus comes out, it is another bloody anthem.
Yeah, this is brilliant.
Yeah.
I love how many transitions the song has. Like, it seems to be constantly switching direction every few seconds, like a slight tone change or pace change or something like that. But it still works well as a whole song. It's really catchy. Drums are brilliant in it. Guitars are great. You even get a solo, the only proper solo on the whole album. Yeah, I think it's great. I think it's a really, really good song. Very dramatic. The ending is fucking huge.
Yeah, it really is.
You know, when it drops down into that really spoken word, like when I see you lying next to me, and it builds back up into this fucking huge asleep or dead kind of lines. And it is really, really theatrical.
Theatrical.
But it's clever. It's a really good song, man. Really well written.
Which brings us to the final one we've already kind of mentioned. It is a hidden track. It's called Blood.
Yeah.
And I wrote, what? I strained my one good ear. I have one working ear these days, people. Don't make me work it this hard. Thinking I was missing something. Nope, it's silence for 90 seconds before we get some sort of carny outro.
Yeah.
Fuck.
It's the typical fucking shit hidden track.
Pointless shit.
And the only thing I did right as a positive about it is, like, at least it isn't just a bit of fuzz or a recorded phone call or something. At least if you're a fan of the band, there's something after the 2 minutes of silence to listen to. You know, rather than getting all that way and then it just being 10 seconds of somebody like making a call.
Hey, Gerard, yeah, I got my pants down.
Like, at least they actually wrote something for the fucking thing.
Fair point. All right, we'll give them that.
But, yeah.
There you go. What's your 3 then?
All right. Quite easy, really, for me, actually. So the Famous Last Words.
Yep.
Welcome to the Black Parade. And I'm going to go for, where are you? Sleep.
Okay, you chose Sleep.
Yeah.
Okay. I will go with the same, Famous Last Words, Welcome Back Parade, but I think I'll throw in Dead. because I
Cool.
found it to be quite a banger. Yeah, it's the bit, as you said at the start, the big hitters, the big anthems, the ones you kind of know, do still hold up really fucking
they
well.
do. Yeah, it doesn't sound dated at all.
No.
Considering it's like 15, 16 or 14 years old now, it sounds very modern. It's like they're really modern, really well done.
And I will admit to this, I'm sure you'd be the same. While I will not pay to see them at their own show, if I'm at a festival, what festival I'm fucking at that's going to have My Chem, but say download or whatever, there's a day trip involved, the band's on it, and My Chemical Romance happen to be part of that fucking show, I'm going to check them out. Like,
I'll go on further, and I will pay to go and see them if they promise me they don't play anything after this album.
I don't know if that's a promise I'll keep.
No, or at least not much, you know, because I'm not going to know it. I mean, this is kind of where I reached my fan base, like, with them, and I kind of stopped.
We need to wait till 2026. 20 years of this album. 20th anniversary tour.
Yeah, I'd see. You'd pay to go and see that, wouldn't you?
Yeah. I'll do that. That's good enough. I'll go.
We'll be in there, man, with all the children, just me and you.
Yeah, holy shit, because I would be early 40s and you would be fucking mid to late 40s.
Yeah.
Dating us there, but there you go. Oh, that would be cool. My Chemical Romance is the Black Parade. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. You can check us out on gbhbl.com as well as on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and Tumblr. Go to Patreon and help us out over there. That's patreon.com/gbhbl, as well as Big Cartel, where you can find some of our merchandise. We have a podcast running on SoundCloud and Apple Podcasts, and of course, if you like this video, do us a favour, hit the subscribe button and help the channel grow. Games, horror and heavy metal, what else is life for?